Norway is one of the richest countries on Earth, but if you visit, you won't see it. No gold Lamborghinis, no mega mansions, just normal people living normal lives. In fact, Norwegians complain about expensive groceries just like everyone else. So where's all the money? Turns out Norway has $1.6 trillion hidden in a secret piggy bank. That's about $280,000 per person. Every Norwegian is technically rich, but they don't act like it. And there's a reason why. This is the story of how Norway accidentally became a financial superpower and decided to hide it from the world. Let's go back to 1969. Norway was not rich. They fished, they farmed, they were doing okay, but definitely not wealthy. Then something crazy happened. They found oil. A lot of oil. The North Sea was sitting on massive reserves, billions of barrels. Norway had just won the geological lottery. But here's where it gets interesting. Most countries that discover oil get rich fast, then collapse. Venezuela, Nigeria, Libya, they all found oil. They all thought they'd be rich forever. They spent like crazy, built giant buildings, imported luxury cars. Then the oil ran out, or the price crashed, and suddenly broke. Economists call it the resource curse. Countries get addicted to oil money and forget to build anything else. But Norway looked at all these disasters and said, we're not doing that. They created a plan, a boring, genius plan. Rule 1, don't spend the oil money. Rule 2, save almost everything. Rule 3, invest it globally. Instead of buying yachts, they'd create a sovereign wealth fund. Every kroner from oil sales into the fund, not the government budget, the fund. For decades, while oil money poured in, Norway barely touched it. Other oil nations were spending 80%, 90%, sometimes 100% of their oil revenue immediately. Norway, they only allowed themselves to spend 3% per year. 3%. By the 2000s, the fund was massive, hundreds of billions, and Norwegians started asking questions. Why are we waiting in hospital queues when we have billions in the bank? Why are groceries so expensive when we're supposedly rich? Why don't we just use the money? The government's answer was always the same, because it's not our money. It belongs to future generations. This might sound like political nonsense, but there's real math behind it. Oil is finite. Norway's oil will eventually run out. Estimates say by 2050, maybe 2060, production will drop significantly. So Norway had two choices. Path A, spend the oil money now, build amazing infrastructure, give everyone benefits, live like kings. Then when the oil's gone, economic collapse. Path B, save the money, invest it wisely, let it grow. By the time oil runs out, the investments are so big they can fund the country forever. Norway chose Path B. So where did they invest? Everywhere. Stocks, bonds, real estate, renewable energy. They own 1.5% of every publicly traded company in the world. That means Norway owns pieces of Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. They own office buildings in Manhattan, shopping centers in Paris, wind farms in Scotland. But here's the weird part. Even though Norway technically owns chunks of the global economy, normal Norwegians don't feel rich at all. Their beer costs $12, coffee is $8, a burger, $25. Everything is crazy expensive. Why? Because Norway has a different problem now. When you have too much money entering a small economy, prices go up. More money chasing the same amount of stuff equals inflation. So that $25 burger, it's not greed. It's just what happens when everyone has high wages but limited supply. So why does Norway do this? Why not just spend the money and enjoy life? The answer is something most countries struggle with, thinking long term. Norway made a deal. This generation won't live like billionaires so that their grandchildren can have a stable, secure future. Think about it this way. Saudi Arabia spent their oil money building cities in the desert. Norway spent theirs building a financial fortress, and it's working. The fund is now worth over $1.6 trillion. It makes about $150 billion per year just from investment returns. That's more money than Norway's entire oil production. The plan worked. Norway doesn't need oil anymore. The investments are bigger than the oil.
So when the oil finally runs out, Norway won't even notice. They'll keep getting paid from their global investments, forever. Other countries are trying to copy this model now. UAE started a fund. Kazakhstan has one. Azerbaijan too. But they all face the same problem Norway solved: discipline. When you have billions sitting there, the urge to spend it is overwhelming. Norway managed it because they made a cultural decision. Being rich means having security, not showing off. So what can we learn from Norway? Lesson 1. Think generations, not years. The decisions you make today determine your future decades from now. Lesson 2. Discipline beats luck. Norway got lucky with oil, but discipline is why they're still rich. Lesson 3. Real wealth is invisible. The richest countries don't need to show it. So the next time you visit Norway and wonder why it doesn't look like Dubai, remember, the real wealth is hidden underground, literally, and that's exactly how they want it. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe. We break down complex economics into simple stories. Next, watch how Dubai went broke trying to look rich, or why Switzerland hides everyone's money. Thanks for watching.